All right, and good afternoon, folks. My name is Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you and determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause simply means it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred and more likely than not that you're the person who's committed that crime. Of course, as you stand before me this afternoon, I presume that you're innocent of these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings unless and until the State Attorney's Office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release today, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've got a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit, or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there will be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. To let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I will gladly appoint the PD to represent you this afternoon. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts that surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. And I need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. Y'all solemnly swear affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, none but the truth. Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Sarah Brooks.
Judge, we do have an offer on her.
Okay, hang on a second. Okay. See where she is. There she is. Afternoon, Sarah. What's your date of birth?
1997.
All right, Sarah, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Rupi. Apparently you failed to appear in her court on a petty theft, and the public defender says there's an offer, and that is?
Well, the original offer was a withhold, 6 months probation with early term, 50 hours of community service, fines, court cost of prosecution. However, the state would offer today an adjudication and 6 days time served, 2 of them in Pasco.
Okay. So, Sarah, if you wanted to resolve this case today, you could plead no contest. If you did that, I would adjudicate you guilty of the charge, sentence you to 6 days in the county jail, which you've already done. I'd assess the fines and court costs, and then this case would be over. If there was nothing else keeping you in jail, you'd be released today. Is that something you'd like to do?
Yes, sir.
Very good. You understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, but you want to give up those rights so that we can take care of this today? Yeah, that's very good. Case number 18MM3331S, the charge of petty theft. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
Yes, sir.
You want to plead no contest, or what did you say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll accept the plea. Find it freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. Sentence you to 6 days in the county jail. Credit 6 days served. Fine and court cost is $670. No restitution, apparently.
No, there's no restitution.
Okay, I'll order the cost of incarceration, but that takes care of it, sir. If there's nothing else keeping you in the jail, you will be released today, all right?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Good luck to you. Alma Rivera. Alma, what's your date of birth?
11/25/69.
Alma, the charge is grand theft. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Yes.
I'll appoint the PD, and it appears that Mr. Rivera has a couple of open cases. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And Judge, those aren't set until late June because she's out of custody.
Okay.
But I spoke with Mr. Tippin. He said if there was going to be an RCO, he'd ask that it should be given earlier.
Move those to the 24th date.
I think he mentioned the 20th.
20th of May?
That's what he had said, but I
Does Judge Stoner have a date on the 20th?
Last date that I had for Judge Tony was the 24th.
24th.
Okay, we can do the
We'll put
24th.
it on the 24th.
That's fine.
All right. All right, so Alma, in this case, I appointed the public defender. I'm going to leave the bond at $2,000 and move this one to the 24th. It appears that you have 2 open felony cases. Job number 1, when you're out on bond on any criminal charges, don't pick up new criminal charges. It appears to me that you have. Therefore, pursuant to Florida Statute 903.0471, I'm going to revoke your pretrial release in 18 CF 2112 and 2140. We're going to hold you without bond on those charges and then move those charges also to the 24th of May. So you're going to be without bond until at least May 24th. That's when all of your cases will be back in court. Mr. Tippin will come see you before that to talk about what we might do with all of your cases. And then on the 24th, Judge Toner can readdress your bond if he wants to do that, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Oh, my.
Peter Claps. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
August 22nd, 1966.
All right. Sir, I have two warrants for you today. Each was signed by Judge Barbie, I believe. Yep. In each case, he found probable cause for one count of battery being domestic in nature. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
I'm going to hire private counsel.
Very good. Stay with me, John.
I'm showing a homicide, negligent manslaughter, killing human other than by murder or homicide, guilty adjudication in 2002, as well as a leaving scene of crash involving damage to property in 2002, an aggravated battery in 1997 with no disposition, an improper exhibit firearm or dangerous weapon, adjudication of guilt in 98.
All right, Peter, I have an address for you on Casey Road in Brooksville. Is that where you're living?
Yes, sir.
How long have you lived there?
3 years, Your Honor.
And does Miss Wandell live there as well?
Well, she's staying there, yes, sir. But I have it under contract for sale, and it's supposed to be up by the 15th, and she won't let me clean or get my stuff out of there.
Okay.
She's giving me a hard time, Your Honor. I have videos of her throwing rocks through a window at me and sticks.
Okay.
And she's taking my phone.
Okay, you should slow down there, Peter, because you currently are standing at the bottom of a hole with a shovel in your hands, and that's normally the time to put the shovel down. All of these proceedings are being recorded, as you have just heard me explain.
Yes.
And so if you'll just hang on and listen to what's going on, and then when you get out, go and see a lawyer, and then you can rant to your lawyer because they're getting paid for it.
Yes, sir.
All right. And are you working these days?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I'm a plasterer, do stucco and lath for Leadington Stucco and Stone in Brooksville.
Okay. Set the bond at $500 on each case. That's a total of $1,000. Condition to that bond in each case is that you have no contact with Faith. No contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message, you don't contact her through any social media. You don't go where she lives, you don't go where she works, you don't have any contact of any kind. Any way that you might imagine contacting her, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, your bond can be revoked and you can be held without bond until the charges are resolved. It means no contact even if she wants to contact. So if you answer your phone and hear her voice, you should hang up. If you're out and about and see her, you should turn around and run the other way. You need to understand that she cannot drop the charges against you. That's not a decision she'll be allowed to make. She might conceivably go to the state attorney's office and ask them to drop the charges, but that decision belongs solely to the assistant state attorney handling your case. So unless that person or the judge on your case tells you the charges are dropped, you should assume they're not dropped and you should not have contact. In addition, I have to hold you today up until 4 p.m. So that if she wanted to serve you with a civil injunction for protection against domestic violence, we'd know where to find you. If you get the civil injunction, it's doubly important that you do not have contact, because in that case, not only would you get your bond revoked here, but you could get new charges for violating the injunction. As far as that address on Casey Road goes, as long as it hasn't been sold to someone else and she's staying there, you'll have to stay with somebody else until we get this case resolved. You certainly can go by one time to grab your clothes, your toothbrush, whatever you need for wherever you plan to stay. But to do that, you'll have to contact the sheriff's office. They would meet you there with a deputy who would stand by while you collected your things and got going where you're going. As far as the house getting sold, that's a whole other kettle of fish. I don't know if you have a lawyer helping you with that, but you might want to get one, because if you have a contract and it's ready to sell and you got to get her out, legal process is the only way to do it, and that would have to happen now with the assistance of an attorney, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, I have both your cases back in court on the 22nd of May. Make sure that you tell your lawyer about that date when you get out, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Shannon Tribbett.
Yes, sir.
Shannon, what's your date of birth?
1981.
Shannon, the charge is a trespass. State, is this the sort of thing she could resolve today?
Yes.
Yeah, hang on a second, Shannon.
The state would offer 10 days.
All right. Shannon, state's offering 10 days in the county jail. You got 2 in already. You want to do that?
Yes, sir.
Very good. You understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, the right to have a lawyer. But you want to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes, sir.
In case number, there's no case number. That is to the charge of trespass. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
Guilty.
I'll accept the guilty plea, find it's freely and voluntarily made. I will adjudicate you guilty of the charge, sentence you to 10 days in the county jail, credit 2 days served, fine and court cost is $553, cost of prosecution. But that takes care of it, Shannon. You just need to finish the time, okay? Yeah, cost of incarceration. Kenneth Craig. Good afternoon, Ken. Date of birth?
6/12/83.
All right, Ken, you're here on 2 warrants that I signed. They're both because you failed to appear in court on Tuesday on driving on a suspended license charges. State, is there a resolution today?
The state's offer would either be 30 days Hernando County Jail or the probation offer, adjudication of guilt, 6 months probation, fines and court costs, cost of prosecution, 50 hours community service, or obtain a valid driver's license. The reason for the probation offer is because you got 2 of them with him.
And Judge, yes, 3 days in.
Okay. So Ken, you got 2 options here today. You can resolve both of these cases with 30 days in the county jail. You got credit for 3, which means you'd have about 22 left to do. Or you can take probation, 1 6-month period of probation on both cases. So it's 1 period of probation. You'd have to either get your license back while you're on probation or do 50 hours of community service. You can do that or buy it off at $10 an hour. Be a fine and court cost of $488 on each case. Or you can ask me to set a bond so you can get out and talk to a lawyer or whatever else you want to do. So what's your choice?
I was hoping for a reduced bond so I can get out and speak with a lawyer.
Okay. And I have an address for you on Horseshoe Lane in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
About a year.
All right. Do you have a job these days?
No.
Okay.
I'm working, but it's very part-time.
Okay. And are you going to hire your own lawyer, Ken, or do you need the public defender?
Public defenders.
Okay. And how come you weren't in court on Tuesday?
I honestly had my days mixed up with the dates.
Okay. Okay. Did you tell me you wanted the public defender, or are you going to try to hire private? I'm sorry.
Public defender.
Public defender. I'll point the PD in both cases. I'll set a bond of $1,000 in each case, so the total is 2. I'm going to move your date up too, since you've been with me for a while. I'm going to have you back on June 4th. I'll move it out a little, I guess. So, I'll have you back on June 4th on both of these. So if you get out, you got to contact the public defender right away. Find out what you might be able to do to resolve this. The other thing you got to do is not drive anymore. If you pick up a new charge, Ken and I find out about it, you're going to be in jail without bond, okay?
Yeah, I won't hear it.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Your record is the maximum.
John Granatsky?
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, John. What's your date of birth?
July 15th, 1968.
All right. John, you're here in a violation of probation. There's probable cause, based on a warrant that I signed, so I found probable cause. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
I'd like to try to take care of it today, Your Honor, and so I could go home.
Okay, well, the recommendation is 60 days in the county jail.
And Judge, I might point out that this is an M2.
That's everything.
Yeah, well, yeah. At 60 days, I would recommend a BOP hearing.
Right. All right, Steve, what other history does John have? I think he was in jail when he took the plea.
Your Honor, I don't see.
That was it, Your Honor. I've never been in trouble before in my life.
Okay. Hang on. Maybe he pled a first appearance.
I thought I had seen him.
He did. He was sentenced on April the 12th.
Yeah, he just didn't report.
Yeah.
So did he just take the plea in court and then didn't show up for his
Yes.
first?
Sir.
That's what it appears like, because I have.
Yeah.
This.
Your Honor, I was confused.
Yeah. I'll bet.
I brought some paperwork with me from the court case, but I just was confused. I thought that I had to pay the bill that they sent me because there's no date on my court order has no date on it, just probation.
Yeah, because you had a meeting then with a probation officer before you left court, and they told you when to report to probation, and you didn't.
That's what I thought they sent me, sir. That's what I thought this paper was.
You pled it. It looks like you pled it.
And I'd be willing to pay all of my fees and everything in full.
Because it's a citation, that's what I'm saying. And then
Because
there's
he failed to appear on April 12th, 2019, and then maybe.
the KP's that got recalled.
Yeah, I don't know.
So my guess is he showed up late and took a plea.
Okay.
Yeah, but we have it on April 12th.
Okay.
He took it, yes.
Yeah. And then just walked out the door. And...
He filled out the paperwork and everything. And
Okay.
He made his payment plan.
That was not the case, Your Honor. I assure you that.
Yes, that's the case, John. You didn't report. That's the case. You may have been confused, but the answer is you showed up late. I took your plea anyway. You walked out the door and never went back. That's the answer. Okay?
Yes,
So, here's the deal. If you want to take another crack at the probation that you took, all of 19 days ago, I will let you out today and we'll let you take another shot at it. But means that this is all on you. If you have confusion about anything, you have to call probation and get your confusion cleared up, because when they don't know that you're confused, they assume that you're just willfully violating your probation.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The suit helped me to understand that I need to get some help to do things. I'm a disabled veteran.
Okay.
So
I'm with you 100%, but that also means that you've had intensive training in taking personal responsibility for your actions and understanding how those actions affect the people around you, right?
yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to release you on your own recognizance today. I'm going to let you out of jail. I'm going to have you come back and see me on the 4th of June. I'm going to have you report to probation no later than 4 o'clock on Monday, May 6th, 2019. So you're going to get out today. You got all day tomorrow and most of the day Monday to get yourself to probation and have them get you squared away and get started. Then you're going to come see me on the 4th of June, and they're going to tell me what a good job you're doing on probation, okay?
100%, sir.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you, sir. You got it. Joseph Mazzi. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
May 8th, 1989.
Joseph, you're here on 2 charges. We've got a retail theft and resisting without violence. It's a felony retail theft. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, Your Honor, please.
Point the public defender. And state, looks like Mr. Mazzi also has an open case.
I asked for mercy of the court only because I went to use the bathroom in the store, and the people I was with, they apparently were taking some things out of the store.
Okay, Joe, stop right there. I will tell you right now that I've already read reports that refute what you're saying, so stop saying it because you're under oath. So just stop. You need to talk to your lawyer about that. There's video, is what I'm telling you, Joe. So you're going to find that out and be able to see the video. So anyway, okay, this case is a felony. Okay. So what we're going to do on this case is set the bond at $2,000. I'm going to move this to the 24th where your other felony is. And then pursuant to 903-0471, I'm going to revoke your bond in 18 CF 1864. I'm going to hold you without bond on that case till the 24th of May when you'll be back in front of Judge Toner. I'm not going to do anything with the misdemeanor case that I have. We'll just deal with that when it comes back up on the 17th. But on the felony, you're without bond until the 24th. Your PDs will come see you about all your cases before you go to court. Thank you very much. James Mulbauer. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
August 1st, 1960.
James, you're here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Angelitis. He found probable cause for a grand theft and a dealing in stolen property. There's probable cause then for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the public defender. Stay with me, tell me.
Adjudication in 2003 for failure to appear in actual constructive possession of synthetic, and 08 adjudication of guilt. An adjudication in 95 for possession of paraphernalia and actual constructive possession of synthetic.
Okay. That's good. We've gone back that far. Jim, I got an address for you in Chiefland. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long you been there?
Over a year.
You got a job these days?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I'm working with a trim carpenter.
Okay. All right. Jim, I'm going to set your bond at $2,000 on each count, so the total is $4,000. I'll have you back in court on the 28th of May. If you get out, make sure you contact the public defender's office right away, okay?
Certainly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we have Jill White there today.
Judge, she resolved her felony to 14 months. This is in 19 MM 1193 that we're in front of you. It's a petty theft at Walmart. The offer from the state is time served of 35 days. We'd ask for no coin. There's no restitution.
Very good. All right. So, Jill, you want to resolve your misdemeanor so you can get out of the way?
Yes.
Very good. You understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, but you want to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes.
Case number 19MM1193 as the charge of petty theft. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
I'll accept that plea, find it was freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 35 days, credit 35 served. Finding court cost is $670, $100 for the public defender's office. It will not order cost of incarceration, as that was surely done in circuit court. That takes care of your misdemeanor, Jill. You're now free to be released wherever you got to go next, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, good luck. All righty.